Chili in the name of...
There was a moose.
There was a moose.
And he drank a lot of juice.
And he drank a lot of juice.
There was a moose.
There was a...
Hello again and welcome back to Season 4 of Chili in the Name Of. In this episode I'll be testing 3 sauces from local outfit Moose Hot Sauce, including Crack Granny, Smoky Jo, and Mr. Burns Chili Sauce. Now I picked up these 3 sauces at the Welcome to Thornbury Chili and Hot Sauce Festival a couple weeks back. Got to meet the crew from Moose, including Steph, which was fantastic, and it was their first ever market store. So this one's pretty fresh off the blocks, but without any further ado, let's get on it. So the first sauce I'm going to try for you today is Crack Granny. It's a green sauce. It's given 1 chili out of 3 for heat. It's got a funny picture of a cracked granny there, tattoos on her neck, and smoking on a chili pipe there, which is quite cool. In terms of consistency, it's reasonably thin, but it is quite chunky. You can see it's sort of a green color, so I'm assuming this would have a few things like coriander and probably based on jalapenos, but let's try it out. Okay, so first off, the smell. It's all about smoke for this one. It smells really smoky, but you can smell the coriander and the green jalapeno in there as well. That smells amazing. Yeah, it's very smoky. It's got little chunks of like onion and coriander through there. You can taste the garlic and the onion. It's a little bit salty, not very sour, but there is a bit of vinegar in there. It's all about the smoke in this one though, because the smoke is it was on the nose, and it's actually really strong on the palate too. It is mild. It is 1 out of 3. But at the same time, it's got enough kick to make it interesting. In terms of heat, I'd give Crack Granny 3 out of 10 for heat. Yeah, it's warm enough to be interesting and not hot enough to put you off if you're not really into your hot sauces. The second sauce I'm going to try today is called Smoky Jo chili sauce. It gets a medium rating, 2 chilies out of 3 for heat. It contains chilies, vinegar, and garlic, ginger, sea salt, and Sichuan pepper, which would make it get that sort of numbness on the tongue. So let's try it out. Yeah, that's smoky and barbecuey right there. It's really nice. You can smell the vinegar and the chilies in there. Not sure if I can smell the pepper or not in there, but it certainly smells great. That's quite smoky. Oh wow, yeah, it's got like a fruitiness to it that you wouldn't expect, given there's no actual fruit in there. The Sichuan pepper is actually numbing my tongue, which is really lovely, a really lovely sensation. The heat is prominent, and it is exactly right. 2 flames out of 3 for heat. The smoke is not as present as it was in the first one, but I've got to say this it does have quite an interesting flavour to it that I can't quite put my finger on it. It could be the Sichuan pepper, which has that sort of citrusy heat. But yeah, this would be fantastic on a burger or on some pizza. I could imagine you could have it with Mexican food as well. Beside ribs and all that sort of, then smokiness would really lend itself to some ribs or some brisket, some smoked brisket. Yeah, that's really good stuff. On a heat scale, I'd probably give this 7 out of 10. And yeah, I reckon that's accessible too. I reckon it's probably something that you could put with food and not be blown away by the heat of it. Good stuff. So the third hot sauce I'm going to try today from Moose Hot Sauce is Mr. Burns chili sauce. It gets 3 out of 3 for heat, and it contains chilies, vinegar, a bit of water, some pineapple in there, which is interesting, onion, garlic, sea salt, black pepper. let's see what that's all about. Looking at it, it's actually quite thick compared to many sauces. It looks quite chunky too, which I quite like, and the colour is really amazing. I almost thought it was going to be a fermented sauce by this colour, but Steph from Moose Sauces tells me that these are all cooked sauces, so let's try it out. That smells really rich. There's no smoke in this one, but it smells very rich of chilies. That's quite amazing that you can taste the pineapple straight away. If you know it's in there, you can see. You don't have to seek it out. It's right there in the front. But the hero of this one is definitely the chilies. Interestingly enough, at the end there, the black pepper actually coats the tongue and gives you an afterburn almost. The heat of the chilies it's quite hot. I'd probably give it maybe an 8 out of 10 for heat. It's not really super hot. It feels to me sort of like it's burning the top of my mouth. It's not really at the back of the throat. The tongue is a little bit there too. I think the pepper and the pineapple is what makes this really interesting. And that and the fact that it is a really beautiful colour. Yeah, I'll be slamming through this one for sure. So there you have it, folks. 3 sauces by Moose Hot Sauce. These are all really good. I think if I had to pick one, I'd probably choose Mr. Burns. The inclusion of the pineapple and the pepper in this one make it really special. But the other 2 are fantastic too. The smokiness of those 2 really set them aside from a lot of the sauces you get out there that are just straight up chili sauce and vinegar. So if I were you, I'd check these guys out, moosehotsauce.com. These are the 3 sauces they have at the moment. I'm sure they'll come up with some amazing stuff in the future. And I really love these almost graffiti style characters that are on the bottles. Apparently they're based on real people. I actually met the person that Crack Granny was based on at the market. It's a really distinctive look. As for the rest of you, thank you again for joining me in Season 4. I've got plenty more stuff coming your direction over the next few weeks. But until then, see you later.
Chili in the name of...